What was the year when you first found out that he was going to go to Vietnam?
It was in 1966.
Okay.
And we just had a child, and I think she was 3 months or 6 months old when he left.
I was determined that I would keep myself busy. And I applied for a teaching position. And I remember one time my cousin said to me, when I started talking about Vietnam, I wouldn't change places with you for anything. And I thought, yeah, that was ugly.
I had a horse. What did you do while he was gone? I had a horse. So, hot dang. It was the beginning of a different life. So then I went right to work. I looked for a job, found a job right away, and I worked the whole year he was gone.
One day the telephone rang, and my son answered the phone, this 11-year-old, and he said, "Mom, this is John Wayne." It was John Wayne. But he said, "Hello, Lucille. I just want to tell you that I met your husband and had breakfast with him here in Vietnam." So this made big news for this little town. They even put it in the local paper. John Wayne calls, you know. It was exciting. My role as a military wife was to support my husband and family.
You know, I did what I had to do without thinking whether, you know, it was my role or his role. It was just doing what had to be done.
I really tried to focus on the children and what I was doing with my teaching. I knew he was in harm's way, but you just can't sit and just worry about that, because then it passes on to your children.
I didn't have any fear of driving, and I'd take those 3 kids. And so I didn't just stay put. I found that if you kept yourself active, that would help the time pass.
We had a TV at that time, but I never looked at it or even read the paper because it would be too stressful.
You know, every now and then you would catch someone, so many soldiers were killed or something, and you know that gets to your heart a little bit. It may sound corny, but I still believe in the right to protest, and I believe that's one of our rights in this country, and I hope it stays.
When he was in Vietnam, I had a calendar, and it hung on the wall, and it was dogs. And for every month there was a different dog. And the month that he would get back was the Great Pyrenees.
I got a long string and I made a knot for each day of the year. And I put a picture on a heart of him and attached it with a paper clip. So each day I'd move it 1 knot so they could see how long he was gone and when he would be back. Of course, again, letter writing was very important to us and kept us connected.
I'd get a letter about every day or every other day.
I'd gotten a little sad and I guess depressed for some reason, and I sat down and wrote him a letter. And I told him that I missed him, and it was not a good letter to send to someone in Vietnam. Well, being the smart guy he was, he shot me a letter right back, and he said, "Look, I don't want to hear this." And it was good. That's what he should have done, see. He said, "Now I'm over here, and I can't do anything. I know you're there with the children, and I know it's hard on you, but look, I cannot do anything to help you right now, and I don't want you writing me any more letters like this." I got the message loud and clear. He never got another one like that.
So he did have the one time when he was in the helicopter and had ground fire and he got shot in the head. So I got a letter on Red Cross stationery saying he'd been shot, but the fact that he could write the letter, I knew it was okay. So
What went through your head? Like, how did you respond to that?
Well, I was just thankful that he was still alive. Yeah, just thank God that he was okay. And of course, he was in my prayers all the time. I prayed to God for his safety, but I thought, he's the one that put us here, and he's the one that's going to take us.
Every Sunday, I'd dress my children up nice, and we would go to church. And we met friends through church, actually.
I went to church too every Sunday. Dang sure went to church. One night I woke up in the middle of the night and I really had a bad feeling. And I tell you what, I laid there and I felt I was worried about Gary and it just really didn't go away. So finally I just rolled out of bed and knelt down there and prayed for him. I mean, I don't know how long I was there, but a long time. So, but you get those feelings. Anyhow, thank you, Lord. Made it through.
When did you start to feel a sense that he was really back with you mentally? And
I mean, after
really
he came
there?
back?
Yes.
Yeah. It didn't seem to take too long, maybe a couple weeks. I mean, he still is very into reading or, seeing movies about Vietnam.
Thank you. I'm really glad that you were able to make it today and
thank
know
you.
your story. And like I said before, my husband has been in the military for about a year now and is frequently deployed to Afghanistan. And
Yes.
I was really glad to hear your story and just find that sense of connection there.
Just keep busy, volunteer. If you have not completed your education, go back to school. But the important thing is to keep busy. And if you have children, keep them busy.
I admire the Army wife from any generation because God love us. We're adaptable women.
Thank you very much for sharing.
Oh, you're most welcome. I wish you well.
Thank
Your
you
husband
very
well.
much.
Yes.